On flat roof type structures, many firefighters cut an expandable cut. It's often referred to as the coffin cut. It's very easy to remember the procedure to cut this. We normally call it 7, 9, 8. That means our cuts will be in the shape of those numbers. Our first cut will be a cross. Our second cut was a small knockout cut, so we can insert our tool in to pull the roofing material. Our third cut was straight down. Normally we try to make these cuts 3 to 6 feet or 4 to 8 feet, depending on how much time you have to operate on the roof. After we cut the 7, we're going to make this cut into a 9. We'll cut another long cut at the base. We'll go about midway and then we'll come across. We have to remember to overlap all our cuts. There's our 9. If the conditions on the roof get so bad, we can now just pull the smaller roof opening open. If we can still operate on a roof, leave this cut closed. Next, we'll go to the number 8. We'll continue the bottom cut of the leg, and then we cut the last cut, remembering to overlap all your cuts. In the beginning stages, some firefighters enjoy making 2 knockout cuts at the top, which helps pull the roofing material off easier. Another part of this procedure is, often on the long cuts, we're trying to catch more rafters or joists so we can vent more. However, that's not always achievable, depending on wind direction. We should have the wind at our backs, but that isn't always feasible. When we're working on flat roofs with shingles, a good trick of the trade is to get a straight cut. Just simply follow the edge of the shingle. Try to run that saw blade with the shingle line and it will keep the saw blade from binding. Remember, anytime we're going to use the roof saw, when we go to plunge it in the roof, bring it up to full RPMs and gently rock it in. As we're moving, if we feel a joist, it's going to walk itself up. Don't run the saw so flat, you'll cut right through. Try to walk it on more of an angle. You'll feel the joist will plunge up and it will keep coming up as we cut. You can see our knockout here just fell right through. For this one, all we have to do is gently give it a tap and it will fall right through. Now we can put our hook below the roof material to pull it open. If you notice where the knockouts are, we're going to be pulling back to our long end of the roof where we have more safety. We don't want to be here and pull in this direction or pull up. We have to be very careful that we don't place our foot on our cut. A firefighter stepping in to pull could suddenly find himself falling through the roof. If you have two firefighters, hooks can be placed in both knockouts. It's very important to place the hook in the right position. If we're here, we don't have the upward stroke. Here you can see the design of the hook. It's meant to pull up on the roofing material. One firefighter may have to come in, gently give it a couple tugs, or he can use the joist itself as a wedge to pry up. He may have to use both sides of the hole by himself. When we remove this roofing material, it should be in the vicinity of the hole. We're placing it in the vicinity of the hole so another firefighter traveling on a roof realizes that there's a hole in the roof. As you could see, as we cut the roof and began to open it up, we caught a seam of the plywood. Unfortunately, this isn't the perfect cut. However, it puts everybody on the same page, knowing what numbers to cut. We'd have to go back and open this piece up in a different direction. Remember, once we get the roof open, we have to push the top floor ceiling down. The 6-foot hook might not always make it. We may need a longer hook. And remember, don't be hanging over the hole. If you were to slip, you could fall right in the hole. Try to get to the side and push down. If you do slip, you could fall forward and roll away from the hole.